long for the Eagles, 3rd and 9 for their own 37, as Burgess is back out on the field, quarterback position in a full house formation. Sends a man in motion. Takes the inside handoff, drops back, play action, pass deep downfield. Jason Alexander right there to make the pick for Penn. Interception for the Kingsmen. Alexander works his way to his left inside the 45 and down to the 42-yard line of South Penn Adams. And the third offensive drive for the Penn Kingsmen once again will start in opponent territory.
Welcome here to the Week 6 Penn preview on the Regional Radio Sports Network. Adam Demaree alongside me, Cory Yeoman, the head coach of the Penn Kingsmen. The Penn Kingsmen winners over South Penn Adams 28-7 on Saturday morning. And first off, Coach, let's start right there. It was a wacky Friday night with the weather. You guys don't end up getting any plays in. You have to play the next morning. Let's start there with the dynamics that it goes in from a coaching staff's perspective, especially one that's hosting the game, where you got to decide when to play, when to delay the game, when to call the game, and how to keep the kids ready to go for the next morning.
Well, I mean, number one, you have a lot of people involved in that process. We have weather people, and we're checking, what the status is, and we're not going to ever do anything to put our kids in harm's way, or our fans or our students. So we were going to try to ride it out for a while, and we waited for a while, and then got to a certain point, and it didn't look like it was going to clear, and it definitely didn't. So you know what? Worry about stuff that you can control, and you can't control that. So you adjust and you react and you go forward.
Well, it seemed like the kids kept the energy from Friday and moved it right into to Saturday morning, especially defensively, forcing 2 interceptions, a number of 3-and-outs to start the game for the Eagles. Talk about the defense and the Wild Bunch and what they contributed on Saturday morning. Yeah,
I think defensively we took a step forward, and against a team that had some athletes and like to throw the ball down the field some, and broke up some balls, and also got some takeaways and in the back end, which was great. That was important to start well, and I'm always just really intrigued to see how your kids are going to respond to things out of the norm, and like everything else in life, it's not so much what happens to it, it's how you respond to it. And I was happy with the way our kids responded to the delay and then the postponement and to the next day.
Another kid who's been responding all season long, it seems like, Landon Marks. He's continued to progress in playing time and reps out there on the field, and 2 touchdowns Saturday morning. I thought he played really well as well.
Well, he just keeps bringing it, and he's one of those guys that's you see him coming at you. There's body parts flying everywhere. There's knees and elbows, and he's got a different running style, and he's a little bigger back than a lot of people think he is, and I think what's really good about Landon, his vision is outstanding.
Coach, you take a look at the Northern Indiana Conference. Mishawaka lost to Adams 2 weeks ago. They pick up a big win. You got St. Joe this Friday, who's 2-0 in the conference. They picked up a couple wins the last 2 weeks. As the conference continues to shape out, and the North Division continues to look like a dogfight out there.
Well, it definitely does, and no surprise there. That's exactly what we thought it would be. And Adams is a heck of a team, and an outstanding defensive team. And they've got some guys up front that can definitely play the game, and they were an impressive group. This week you're playing a St. Joe team that's 2-0. They're leading the big school class of the Northern Indiana Conference, and St. Joe looks impressive. They've got skill in the offense, a big quarterback that can run and throw the ball extremely well, and he's one of their leading rushers in their team. So it's kind of similar to what takes place over here. So he's quite an athlete. So and then defensively they've made some big plays in a lot of games as well too. So we're excited to be going into a great competition, at a nice venue over there at St. Joe. They've done a nice job with that at Father Bly Field. So and very apropos named. Father Bly, great coach, great coach for a lot of years, and a great man and a great priest. And I'm glad they named the field after him, because he's done a lot of great things for a lot of young men over there.
Coach, you're officially in the second half of the season now, as you're over the hump. You got 3 out of your next 4 games, or your last 4 games, I should say, on the road, and it starts this week at Father Bly, as you mentioned. What are you trying to learn about this group as you close out the regular season?
Well, like every week, just try to get a little bit better. We look at things, and no matter what takes place in the ball game, there's always things we need to work on, and it doesn't take too long. After watching the film for a couple minutes, we can see a lot of areas that we can improve on. We still have a long way to go. If we want it to be a championship football team, we need to make great strides and continue to make great strides. Now, the good news is these guys come ready to work, and they have made strides, but we still have a long way to go.
Coach, I've double-checked the numbers. I've crunched them up, and if all goes according to plan this week and you get the win, Penn as a program gets their 500th win. And just talking about the tradition and being a part of that and being the head coach of a team that has a chance to pick up win number 500.
Well, I'm just worried about this win right here, and that St. Joe's going to be a heck of an opponent, and that says a lot. You know, I mean, probably 499 of them are Jesus, for crying out loud. I mean, what a great man, what a great coach, and taught us all a lot about how to play the game and how to coach the game, and talk to him all the time now, still learning from him. So, that's a great accomplishment for Coach Giesman and what he's created here.
All right, Coach, break it down for us in the 3 phases, keys to Friday night.
Well, I mean, we've got to face a quarterback that can hurt you not only with his arm but with his legs, and that's going to be a challenge for the defense. We got to make sure we fit right defensively. And we need to continue to improve our special teams play. Still not making enough big plays for my liking, return-wise and block-wise, and doing things. So we're playing well. Our coverage teams have played well the last several weeks, but we need to pick it up on a return game as well and set up some more scores with our defensive or our special teams performance. And then offensively, again, there was some times out there that we had some stuff and we didn't take advantage of it, and we kind of shot ourselves in the foot, a few times on some drives last Saturday morning, and we need to clean that up a little bit as well.
All right, Coach, best of luck.
Thanks, Adam.
Cory Yeoman, head coach of the Penn Kingsmen, join us here for the Week 6 Penn preview. You can tune in this Friday night on 91.1 The Globe, 95.3 Michiana's News Channel, and the Regional Radio Sports Network to myself, Coach Joe Sassano, and Kenny Hurt, starting at 6 o'clock Eastern with the pregame show, 7 o'clock kickoff on the Regional Radio Sports Network.